Welcome back to Winging It Brewing with Sarah Flora. I'm your host, Sarah Flora. But seriously, we're going to do a peach IPA review. But before I show you fine people the peach IPA, we're going to have to fix it. So, I am currently sitting in my garage. The AC has been running for about 3 hours now, and it feels like 90 degrees in here. It's probably like 95 degrees. So as you know, you can't brew at that temperature. I mean, you can brew Kvike, but this beer was made with a English ale strain. And if you know anything about England, it is not hot. So, it has some fusel stuff going on. So fusel basically is what it sounds like. It kind of tastes like hot fuel, I guess. A lot of people who say like the homebrew flavor, this is basically what that is. It just means that it's been fermented too hot at a yeast strain that can't take the temperatures. It's a lot of estery stuff just turning into crap. The thing is, I did ferment this in a fermenter that has a chiller. However, it's not glycol, it's a heat exchanger. So it uses the Peltier system to kind of exchange heat, but it can't keep up. It can only keep the temperature about 30 degrees Fahrenheit below the ambient temperature. So if it's 110 degrees in here, it can't get below 80. And it's currently sitting with another beer that's actually a Kvike/Saison strain at 80 degrees. And I haven't really seen it go much below that. It's set at 68. So, I mean, I'm about to go to Washington, so my fermenting in the garage days are numbered for the rest of the summer. But that's what happened, and happens to the best of us. So, I'm going to attempt to make this beer salvageable to some degree. What I have to do that with is some distilled hop oil. I've actually used distilled hop oil in some temperature screwed up beers before. It kind of masks everything. This is not going to make a perfect beer. This is not a end all be all, your beer will taste perfect. This is a, you can make not drinkable beer somewhat drinkable kind of thing. And I wanted to show you guys, like, if you have like a slightly not great beer, some things that you can do to mitigate the weirdness. So distilled hop oil is one of my go-tos. It comes in a 1 milliliter little bottle. I'll show you guys. It's very small. And this is a Chinook variety. This is just like, I think More Beer only has Chinook and El Dorado. So yeah, it's teeny tiny. If I can get it, it won't fit. There it is. So we're gonna throw that in. And I usually use one of these per 5-gallon kegs. I have 10 gallons of this crap beer, unfortunately. So I do have another one of these, but I'm gonna throw it in one before I waste my other jar. And if I don't break it first. Okay, fortunately the little bottles are very strong. The other thing I'm going to do, since this is a peach IPA, the peaches don't come through at all. But I got some of this super strength concentrate, peach concentrate. It's basically like, you know, like vanilla extract. It's peach flavor weirdness. It's meant for baking and candy and whatnot. But I'm going to throw one of these in, see what happens. You know, this beer is going to get either drank or trashed. So why not screw around with it? These, I think I got this pack for like $5. And these are 3.7 milliliters or 1 dram per. I'm just going to throw one in because it's supposed to be super strong. I don't know, man. I just want this to taste like a peach ring. And it is not happening, and I am not pleased. So, I actually have my other peach in there, but this one has a floating dip tube in it, and I'm going to mix it up, so I kind of want to let it settle before I show you guys if it's good or not. So I'm just gonna depressurize this, sanitize these, throw them in, and then repressurize and throw it in the kegerator to kind of recarbonate and then chill down. And hopefully I can show you a video that is not just me admitting failure. All right. All right, so I'm gonna sanitize these before I open it up. We're on cold side, so I'm sanitizing everything just like, you know, if there is an infection, let's not make it worse, right? My gasket's stuck on there. Oh no, it's very carbonated and it does not like me fucking with it. Okay, I take it back. I'm gonna do the other one because this one's not cooperating. I may have an infection in there from the peaches because I did a weird thing where I like kind of pasteurized them in the fermenter and who knows. All right. I guess I can do a comparison with you guys if I put them both in there. By the way, this one's working because it's colder, so the CO2 stays in suspension better when it is a colder beer. So that's why when you try to open up a keg that's like 100 degrees, it's gonna explode. All right, so this smells like peach rings. Amazing. If that doesn't fix it, I don't know what's going to, honestly. And this smells like Chinook, which I don't love. Kind of smells like cat pee to me, but you know. So this keg isn't completely full. It's like probably 3/4. Because I've been pulling off of it, trying to drink it, and it ain't working. So I'm gonna add more CO2 and purge it, just in case I added any oxygen when I was throwing in that stuff. And hopefully it is better than it is currently, because it's not good currently at all. All right, stick around to see if it worked. All right, so these beers have both been chilled and carbonated now that we've done my potential fix. So let's give them a shot. On my left is the fixed version, which I added the peach extract and the distilled hop oil to, and on the right is the standard peach IPA. So just background, this peach IPA had 10 pounds of peaches in a 10-gallon batch. That was not enough. You'd have to do more. I've also heard that if you use apricots instead of peaches, the flavor travels better. So you'll get more of the, you know, stone fruit, peachy flavor in the end. I hate making bad beer, guys. I hate it. So we're gonna try it. All right. So let's try the original first and see how it's settled. Probably not great. All right. So I'm getting some of that like homebrew aroma. It's kind of fusel. It's like fusel's so hard to describe to me, but that's what like homebrew smell is, I guess. It's almost got like a vodka heat to it. That's kind of what I like to describe as fusel. It almost tastes smells like something distilled rather than something just brewed. I mean, other than that, it's got like some bright fruitiness. Kind of hard to pick up anything else. The hops are pretty subtle, but like it's hard to like distinguish between the hops and the fusel. So I don't know. All right, let's try it. It actually tastes better than it smells. It's definitely got a hoppiness from the cryo hops, and we used the, I don't remember what I used. Citra? I think so. So it does taste like an IPA. Honestly, I've had commercial beers that were not as good as this, so I'm not kicking, it's not an undrinkable beer. I'm so particular when it comes to that like fermented too hot flavor that I think I'm probably harder on myself than you need to be, but you know, you're your own worst critic, right? It's got a bitterness that coats the tongue, not super pleasant, but nah. It's pretty dry. It's drying out my mouth. That's probably from the peach sugars. It kind of tastes like an IPA. It's whatever. It's not great. All right, let's try the one I tried to fix. Ooh, this one actually smells like hops. So I think the distilled hop oil is kind of covering up that fusel smell. It's not Citra though, it's Chinook because like that's the distilled hop oil I added because I don't think I found distilled Chinook or distilled Citra oil. It's like Chinook and El Dorado is what More Beer has, and I just buy it from them. I'm not getting much peach though. That peach extract smelled like straight up peach rings, and I'm not getting any of it in here. I wonder if the beer just ate it. That's pretty much all I'm getting. Yep, it's like straight hops. All right. Wow. It actually worked. It's way more round of a flavor. You get the fruitiness more. So the fruitiness though is almost verging on like a slight soapy quality, which, you know, I would take that over the Fusel any day. You get like a very, very vague peach, but like a really sweet peach. So it's not like the tart, almost underripe peach flavor. I'm like a huge nectarine person, so I kind of love a tart peach flavor over a super sweet like Georgia peach flavor. But this is kind of round like a super ripe peach would be. Yeah, like I would drink this one. This is not a bad beer. It's kind of crazy that you can basically do the cardinal sin of homebrewing that you cannot fix and then just mask it. I mean, that's why I hate throwing away beers that are bad, because I do know that if you add, well, first of all, if you add grapefruit juice to a beer, you can cover anything. It's magic. But knowing that you can also add different fruit extracts and kind of in a much less dramatic fashion round out a beer is really good to know. And guys, seriously, distilled hop oil. If you have an IPA that didn't turn out, just throw some distilled hop oil in it. I think you get it for $5. Save a $30 batch of beer with $5 investment, and then you have beer and you didn't just throw $30 down the drain, right? All right, so here's the takeaways from this whole shenanigans. All right. Do not ferment your beer hot. If you don't have a way to temperature control, use Kveik yeast or do a Saison. Those yeasts can both do much higher temperatures than, say, your English ale yeast or even an American ale yeast. Trust me, I've screwed up so many beers this way. Like, it's incredible how many beers I've screwed up this way. Okay, number 2. If you don't listen to rule number 1, don't freak out. Find something that will complement your beer. If you're doing a fruited beer, that's pretty obvious. You just get an extract of the same fruit, right? I got mine on Amazon, and I just got peach extract, whatever. I didn't even know it existed, but obviously it does because peach candy exists. And get yourself some distilled hop oil. The link for distilled hop oil is below by More Beer, and the link to the extracts I use is below as well. And try everything you can to not toss beer. And don't brew in a 100-degree garage like I do, being an idiot. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. I will see you all next time. I hope you're surviving this summer.